kindergarten friends. Welcome to
Math Science.
I am Miss Brady, and this is my assistant today. What's your name?
Harley.
Harley. So I have to definitely rely on my assistant today because Miss Brady has a broken finger. Womp womp. So my assistant is going to be a super big helper today to help us do this experiment. So what you need for today's experiment, if you want to do it with us, is a glass of some sort. It just needs to be clear so that you can see what happens. So some sort of cup or glass or bottle. You'll need some water. You will need some Alka-Seltzer. Your grown-up will know what this is. And you will need some vegetable oil and some food coloring. Harley chose red. It can be whatever color you want. So if you want to do it along with us, go ahead and gather up your materials. And today we are going to make our very own lava lamp. We're so excited to do it with you. Okay friends, so we have all of our materials gathered and my assistant is going to be showing us how the experiment works so that I can hold the camera close so you can see it. So she's got her red food coloring, she's got her cup, her Alka-Seltzer tabs, her water, and her vegetable oil. So the first thing we want to talk about is density. So density means how close the molecules are in your substance. So in your water, are the molecules that make up water packed closer together or farther apart than the molecules that make up the vegetable oil? So we're going to see what happens when we put vegetable oil and water in a cup, and we'll see if it mixes together. So Harley is going to go ahead and pour some vegetable oil into her cup. You're going to want to fill your cup up about halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway with the vegetable oil. And just be careful. See how thick it looks when it comes out? Keep going. Keep pouring, keep pouring, keep pouring. All right, that's good. Maybe a tiny bit more. This is not an exact measurement, you just eyeball it. All right, so now we have our vegetable oil in, and we're gonna add some water. So before you add your water, I want you to think about, will the water mix with the vegetable oil? Will it be on top of the vegetable oil, or will it be on the bottom of the vegetable oil? So take a minute to think about that. Harley, what do you think will happen? Do you think the water will mix or be on top or on the bottom?
Well, we've done this, so I don't want to spoil it. I'm just going to say what I think.
Okay.
What happened from last time. I thought that it would just like mix together, but it doesn't.
Okay. All right, so will you add some water to your cup? And you don't want to fill the cup up all the way, but pretty close. Wow, that looks very interesting. Let's maybe add a little bit more water.
Look how cool it looks.
It does look very cool.
Looks like they're little bubbles.
All right. So we can see that the water and the vegetable oil do not mix. Let me get a little closer to the cup so you can really see it. So you can see on here the water actually made little bubbles, which is really cool. But on the bottom is the water, and then the vegetable oil is on top. So when we think about density, we can tell that the molecules in the water are more close together than the molecules that make up the vegetable oil. We know that because the water goes on the bottom and it kind of holds up the vegetable oil because the water is more dense. Pretty cool. All right, so let's talk about the Alka-Seltzer. So the Alka-Seltzer is a medicine that you normally would dissolve into a cup of water. So what happens when you put it in water is it creates a reaction where it makes lots of bubbles. So the Alka-Seltzer medicine kind of makes bubbles with the water. So since our water is on the bottom of our cup and our vegetable oil is on the top, we should be able to see a really cool reaction. So we're going to add some color so that we can see the reaction even better, and it just makes it a little more fun. So Harley's going to put a few drops of red food coloring, and we're going to watch what happens when she does that. Sure, she's going to put in 5 drops. Watch it as it comes in. Whoop, there it goes.
They're like little like balls that are going down.
So the droplets of food coloring are water-based, so they also don't mix with the vegetable oil. So they just kind of make a little ball and fall down to the bottom. Okay, that's good. All right, so once you have your food coloring in, then comes the fun part. You're going to take your Alka-Seltzer tablet and drop it in. All right, Harley, let's drop it in. Let's see what happens. Whoa.
Lava lamp. But just so you know, like, you can't keep it for forever.
Yeah, it's not a forever lava lamp. It's just temporary. So what's happening is the reaction between the Alka-Seltzer and the water are causing the bubbles. But since the bubbles are made of water, they can't mix with the oil. So they're just floating up and then dropping down and then floating up and dropping down. And they'll keep doing that as long as the Alka-Seltzer is working.
And we have another
And especially
Alka-Seltzer.
since it's red, it definitely looks like lava from a volcano. Very cool.
If you want to do it again, have another Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah, so once your reaction fizzles out and it's done, you can do it again by dropping another Alka-Seltzer tab in there.
See this?
You can also break up your Alka-Seltzer tabs into more than one piece, and so you can do it even more times. All right, Harley, you want to drop another one in there? Here we go again.
Whoa, it's even cooler than the last time.
It's a lot faster than a regular lava lamp.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what happens if you add a drop? What? It's not what? It's just what?
Harley, I'm gonna drop and let's see what happens. She did. Nothing happened.
Yeah, something happened.
If you add more drops of food coloring, it'll eventually just mix in with the water. So it'll just make it more red.
You can see that extra drop.
Yeah.
And you just make sure you have an adult supervision when you do this,
Yeah, we want to do this with an adult.
so that you don't put the wrong measurement if you have a measurement.
And also so that
So now you can see all of the little bubbles of water that were created as they go to the top. Then they fall back to the bottom because they still can't mix with the oil. So we know that the water and oil cannot mix together because the water molecules are closer together than the oil molecules. So they kind of hold up the oil. So the water is more dense than the oil. Wasn't that a super cool experiment? We love to do this one. So another thing that you could do is experiment with different types of oils. Maybe you have some liquid coconut oil at your house, or olive oil, or grapeseed oil, and see if they are all less dense than water. and see what happens if you add that Alka-Seltzer in there. It would be a really cool experiment. You can do it with different colors. You don't have to use red. You can use whatever color you want. But check out how cool it was and see if you can teach your family something new. I bet your family will be super impressed if you teach them about density. All right, Kinders, have a great day. We'll see you next time on Math Science! Bye, friends.